Today we will examine a documented communication breakdown between technology executive Elon Musk and Jeffrey Epstein. Specifically, we will review a series of messages referencing what appeared to be an invitation to a party with Little Women. This case is widely studied in the field of semantic misinterpretation, where identical words produce dramatically different mental images depending on who reads them. The email invitation was brief. It contained a date, a location, a short guest list, the phrase, "gathering with Little Women." Upon receiving the message, Musk reportedly interpreted this as a literary-themed social event. More specifically, he believed the gathering was connected to Little Women, the classic novel by Louisa May Alcott. This assumption would later be described by analysts as internally consistent, but externally catastrophic. Believing the event to be a 19th-century American literature appreciation gathering, Musk reportedly prepared accordingly. Preparation activities allegedly included reviewing character arcs of the March Sisters, researching 1860s domestic architecture, briefly considering arriving dressed as a metaphor for moral growth, abandoning that idea due to scheduling. He also prepared a short speech on narrative resilience and textile symbolism. Witnesses later confirmed he brought annotated reading notes. The annotations were color-coded. No one else brought annotations. Follow-up emails reportedly increased confusion. One message referenced informal environment, private setting, and select company. Musk interpreted these as standard book club indicators. He reportedly replied asking whether discussion would focus on feminist literary framing, Civil War domestic economy, or the emotional implications of sibling rivalry. No clarification was provided. Communication scholars later categorized this exchange as parallel conversational universes. Several logistical details might have clarified the situation earlier. For example, no reading list was provided. No discussion moderator was assigned. No refreshments were labeled with thematic references. No one used the phrase chapter even once. In formal literary gatherings, the probability of someone saying chapter is statistically high. Its complete absence has since been described as a missed signal of structural importance. Transportation planning further demonstrates the mismatch in understanding. Musk reportedly expected period-appropriate decor, soft lighting, discussions of virtue and personal development, possibly a dramatic reading. He did not expect silence when mentioning narrative pacing, confusion when referencing Joe March, prolonged eye contact when asking about thematic interpretation. Behavioral researchers describe this as environmental dissonance. According to reconstructed accounts, Musk attempted to initiate literary discussion multiple times. Reported opening lines included, "I've always found the emotional architecture of the story structurally elegant," and "Do we interpret ambition here as liberation or displacement?" No one responded in literary terms. At this point, communication specialists estimate the probability of misunderstanding exceeded 93%. Despite this, Musk reportedly continued referencing the novel for approximately 14 additional minutes. This persistence is now used in training modules on conversational Psychologists describe a phenomenon called interpretive commitment. Once a person forms an explanatory model, they tend to preserve it even when contradictory evidence appears. Indicators of interpretive commitment include explaining confusion as experimental staging, assuming silence is thematic participation, believing discomfort reflects immersive realism. Musk reportedly described the atmosphere as an unusually committed performance piece. Observers did not confirm the presence of a performance. The misunderstanding reportedly became clear only after the event, during message review. Communication analysts reconstructed the timeline and identified the core issue. The phrase, "Little Women," had been interpreted literally by one party and literarily by another. This linguistic divergence created what experts call a semantic bifurcation cascade. In simple terms, everyone was technically reading the same words. No one was imagining the same reality. Today, the incident is studied in communication theory, linguistic framing, high-context social signaling, advanced misunderstanding dynamics. It is frequently cited as a demonstration that vocabulary alone cannot guarantee shared meaning. Researchers emphasize that clarification questions reduce confusion by up to 100% when actually asked. From an analytical standpoint, several preventative measures could have resolved the issue. 1. Confirm thematic purpose of event. 2. Request explicit description of activities. 3. Verify whether fictional characters will be discussed. 4. Ask literally one follow-up question. None of these occurred. This case demonstrates the extraordinary power of assumption. 1 phrase. 2 interpretations. 0 alignment. A literary gathering existed in one mind. A completely different gathering existed in physical reality. Both persisted simultaneously until contact with evidence. Today, this event remains one of the most quietly studied examples of semantic misinterpretation among high-profile individuals. It reminds us that language is precise only when shared context exists. Without shared context, meaning becomes interpretive. And occasionally, extremely embarrassing. In future communications, experts recommend specifying whether references to Little Women are literary, descriptive, decorative, or something that should be explained immediately. Clarification is efficient. Assumption is expensive. Good night.